Mhm. So today we are meeting, and the event is let's talk about metaphoric cards and how metaphoric cards, curiosity, hope, imagination, and courage could lead to that transformation. And today we are talking with Ofra Ayalon. I will present you Ofra a little bit later. So my name is Eglė Lisauskaitė. I'm from Lithuania. I'm ICF coach, and also I am working with metaphoric cards, and I arrange and run different workshops with metaphoric cards. And one type of the workshop is international online workshops in English language. So, Ofra, I'm very happy to hear and to see you today. You are psychologist, family and couple therapist, international trainer, and pioneer in the field of metaphoric and therapeutic cards, head of the North Cope Center, author of Bridges in Your Eyes cards, and co-author of Do and Cope metaphoric cards. So Dr. Ofra Ayalon is today with us. It's very nice to have you here, Ofra. And today, yes, we will be talking about how metaphoric cards, courage, curiosity, hope could lead to transformation. As well, you will be presenting your upcoming 5 series workshops that will start in the mid of January. So, Ofra, the floor is yours. You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so very much, Eglė, for arranging this event. It's a lot of investment in collecting all the people, and there were many more who have registered and maybe will join us. So I'm so glad to see familiar faces, and I'm glad also to make new acquaintances and meet new people. This is my greatest joy. And thanks for the Zoom that started with the COVID, beforehand, we had to travel everywhere. And now I can sit in my comfortable room and you can sit at home and we can still be very much connected. And I'm very excited to welcome you all. And I will start in a minute to present. I prepared a short presentation that encompasses a long journey of 5 sessions. And hopefully I will be able to make this kind of, maybe I will say the right word, to tempt you to join the full course. Let me start with the presentation now, and whoever comes is welcome whenever you come. And as you said, there will be time for questions and answers. You can write on the chat, and Eglė will look at the chat and answer all the questions. And sometimes I will ask you to write something on the chat for me also. So now I will start by sharing my presentation. Hopefully it will be much clearer to look. And just let us stay for a minute with this image and let every one of us just look as if we are in the picture and have some kind of feeling and association with this image. Just a few seconds. And I will ask you 5 seconds to look at the picture and write in the chat one sentence that this picture evokes in us. Please write. You can write 1 word, 2 words, 1 sentence. Please do. just in the chat.
Ofra, do you want me to read it loud?
No, first I want people just
Okay.
to breathe in and write and just stay with the image. Because this is the essence of working with images. To enter the image or to let the image enter inside of us. Each of you do whatever is right for you. So you keep your comment for yourself right now. Later we can look at it. But now let's go into the train, magical train, and start our journey. I guess that I know what brought you all here today. I hope I am right. I think it is your curiosity. Something that you want to find out during these few minutes that we're going to share together. And what is curiosity? Very shortly saying, it is the most powerful engine that moves us forward from our first day, from our first moment of birth onward, and carries us all our life, carries us forward. We can look at these images and see how curiosity works. And now I want to make a personal confession. My enormous curiosity, my own curiosity about the stories that are hidden in all of us. This is what drove me to engage in psychology and to invent new ways, such as the metaphoric cards, to unfold those stories and enrich our life. I think, again, the image speaks for itself. And we are talking so much, the way that I'm presenting, I'm also bringing to life the idea that we absorb the image in our right brain before we know what meaning we want to give it with language. This is why I present the image first and the language comes later. And of course, everyone can read, can look at the image and find out very personal and things for oneself. And every association and interpretation that we make on the image is our own, and it is all right. There is no right or wrong, of course. Again, a train. Where does the train want to take us? I hope that in 30 minutes, you will leave with one new question about your own story. This is my hope. And then, if you do, you are going to join our online journey on this magic train and discover even more. Something about myself. Those who know me know this already. And for the newcomers, my name is Ofra Ayalon, and I'm a founder of North Can Center, which I'm going to present to you in a moment. I'm a family and couple therapist. I work a lot with trauma since the first days of my experience. And I am the creator and also facilitator of Metaphoric and Therapeutic Cards workshop. And I developed original and unique methods, both in bibliotherapy with metaphoric cards. And the reason I did this and my purpose in doing this, it was actually, the title of my work is to enhance resilience, personal resilience and coping wherever people are and whatever experiences people meet in their life. My wish is to give them more power to handle experiences and sometimes hardships as well. I want to brag a little bit because this picture I did myself with my best assistant, which is artificial intelligence. And in this picture, I'm showing my own self and my role as a therapist. I try to help my patient in her quest to discover hidden coping resources with the help of metaphoric cards. The therapeutic work gives me a lot of meaning and hope. This is a very short presentation of where we are here in Israel. This is our office. Sometimes we work outside, not on a day like today when it's raining, but on nice days. And we accept people for treatment, counseling, coaching, and education. These are a few glimpses of our international workshop in Note Cards. As you see, people are coming from different parts of the world. Different genders, different nations, different religions, different traditions, and they all find a common interest in working with the metaphoric cards. So metaphors and images, we are using cards in therapy. Look for a moment at this image. What are the purposes that the cards serve? To create new and inner reality. I'm really talking about a new reality because usually in our culture, we use our left brain so much and repeat things that we learn that we sometimes forget our inner reality. And the cards afford us to open up this wonderful inner world and to promote effective communication, which whoever works with cards, knows how helpful these are. To set desired goals, bypass conscious thinking, very important. To open a direct connection with the subconscious, emotional resonance, and change. Let's see if I can really stand for this and fulfill these promises here. So now I'm starting to delve into the real thing and ask a very, very personal question. What happens when a metaphoric image meets your inner heroine, when the image meets our mother-daughter ties, when the image meets our couple story, when the image meets our hidden ancestors and secret hope. As you understand, these are the 5 subjects of the 5 sessions that I'm going to unfold in front of you. Now, this is the challenge of curiosity. I'm really quoting Albert Einstein, who said, there are 2 ways to live. One way is to live our life as if everything is very clear and open and logical, and there are no secrets. Boring. The other way, which I've chosen, hopefully you also, you can live as if everything is a secret. And this is very challenging. So let's leave it if everything is a secret. First subject, the first session, we will follow the 6 steps of the hero or heroine journey, which is a contribution of both Carl Jung and Joseph Campbell, who both of them, they looked at the ancient and universal and collective archetypes, images that live within us everywhere in many generations, in every country, every culture. And this is just the format, a very shortened format of the hero's journey. And the cards will lead the way to go from one step to another. So here I'm presenting to you what is a hero. Hero or heroine represent our inner self, our inner journey, which is our life journey, and also our coping resources. Now, I've chosen a few images of heroines. Look at this image. Just absorb the image, and then this one, and that one. And now, ask yourself, which inner power is missing from my life? Each of the images presents a different kind of power, and of course, there are so many others. It's just a hint. And for men who look at that, and they can discover participants who are of the male gender, to discover what Jung calls the anima, the feminine energy that lives within us, because we, both genders, we have the animus, which is the masculine energy, and the anima, which is the feminine energy. And I'm stressing the feminine energy in this presentation. So we look at that and we ask ourselves, what is a hero? What is a heroine? What is the journey that we pass? And what are the differences, and what are the powers that each of them holds for us? You can give any interpretation or any association to all these images. And of course, in the session, there will be many more. So that is about the first session. The second session, we are going to meet the very basic part of our life of mothers and daughters, can be also mothers and sons. Mother-daughter relationship is a complex and a fascinating journey that lasts a lifetime, from the first moment to the last breath, first moment of mother and child. And I hope that you can see that are both looking with much curiosity to unravel the secrets that lies in the other person. And this is towards the end, the same kind of binding looks between them. There are so many different complications in this connection of mother and child. Let's look at each of them. And I ask you, which one feels more like you as a mother, or as a daughter, or as a child, a son? You can interpret it in any way you wish. Just a few examples. And this is why I wanted you to have a piece of paper and just write 1 or 2 words or association that hits the chord, something in the images that tells you something that is familiar to you. I will give you 2-3 seconds to do that. And you can read, as I said before, you can read any story into the image. Now we move to the third session. And the third session is the mystery of loving, as I call it, the mysterious art of loving. I took the phrase, the art of loving, from Erich Fromm, which I'll talk a lot about his contribution in the session. And look at these couples and the mystery of their relationship. Again, try and read the story, or invent a story, create a story of what you see here. Is it the meeting? Is it the parting? Is it the gap between them? Is a connection between them? There are so many stories hidden in these images. Question. Now in our practice and our life, there are so many images of couple relationship, and just one question for today is, which card seems more familiar in your personal or your professional experience? Please write this in the chat. You can write the left card or the right card and just mention what is familiar about that. Another few seconds. And we go on looking at the complexity of couple relationship. What I want to present here is, how do we move and help other people in our profession, in our therapeutic practice? How do we help people to move from crisis, anger, and alienation to a safe place of communication and intimacy? What do we need here to make the move possible? We need a bridge. And the question is, how can we bridge the gap between both partners? This is what we're going to study and inquire and find out in the session, different ways of bridging the gap. We are approaching now the session number 4. And session number 4 is quite complicated, and I think it touches every one of us. And the question is about families. What is a family? And what do we understand in the concept of family? Or what secrets are hiding there? And what do we want to find out? So again, I'd like you to work with me a little bit and write 5 words that come to mind associated with the word family. Please write this in the chat very quickly. And 5 words that refer to your own family of origin. They can be the same words, they can be different words. very, very quickly without thinking much. And we are going on to look at these two images. Again, immerse ourselves in the images as if we are there in the scene, as part of this scene. And my question is, where would you be in any of these pictures, if at all? Take your time, look at the different expressions, at the atmosphere. Imagine the story that is happening here, the dynamics, and maybe the secrets that are hidden here, which are unspoken. And you don't need to write this, just feel if any of this is speaking to you from your experience. In our real session, we will have a lot more sharing and a lot more experiences like that. Then we will be looking at the mystery of family history, because family is not just what happens now. It has roots in the past, as we see here in the different hints of the very old pictures. And here I'm presenting the concept of a family tree, and I'm asking myself, and each of you can ask yourself, what secrets are hidden in the visible and in the invisible relationship within our family tree? When I talk about family tree, of course, I'm talking about generations, some of them which are visible to us, and some of them which are hidden and will stay hidden. And all we can do is try to guess. Again, the same question, what do we know about our family's previous generations? We are going to explore this in much depth with many, many different ways of looking at what we know and beyond our knowledge. So multi-generational family system is the thing that we are doing now, trying to find out what is multi-generation family system. The generations that came much before us, and each of them left emotional inheritance that goes from one generation to another, to another, and to another, to the newborn baby. And as we can see this, we are one, it's a whole chain of many, many generations. This morning, I was thinking about myself in this context, and I actually found out that I know 7 generations. I know my mother's grandmother. I knew her for 1 or 2 years of my life, my mother's grandmother, and I have great grandchildren, the children of my own grandchildren. So I counted 7 generations. I wonder how many generations you can count. So what inner shift can we expect in this very special kind newly technique that is called family constellation, which we will try and understand. It is very mysterious and wonderful way of finding out about our emotional inheritance. I just brought one example from blame or shame to curiosity. We have ways of finding out. Where does all this come from? It is a combination of family therapy and understanding and traditional ancestral rituals, especially from a certain culture, which is called the Zulu culture, that is totally connected with the vision or feeling of ancestors as if they are living, as if they are not living, as if they are a reality, an emotional reality in our life. And we move from these ideas of ancestral rituals to the new and modern technique and concept of family constellation, where people are representing the other generations that have already gone and bring to us in the present ideas from the past. And the question is, what do we carry from the unknown previous generations, and how can we find out? So we are coming to the end of this very short presentation. And the end is, how much did we feed our curiosity? And how is curiosity connected with hope and healing in our therapeutic practice? So imagine a moment in your life when light appears. What happens at this enlightened moment? What helped? And how did it feel? And one more image about curiosity, hope, and therapy. Just absorb the image. See how it connects with this title. What tiny element of hope do you already recognize in your life now? Make a very quick soul search and find out for yourself. So this is about the end of my very short presentation and temptation, as I call it. So if you leave our meeting with one question about your hero or heroine journey, your mother's dreams, the third one is your couple story, your ancestors' family line, and the last one, how curiosity and hope shape your life. Which of these themes, which will become a session, do you think will help you explore it? And now please write the chosen number in the chat, just a number or a few numbers. I'll wait for you to write in your chat the numbers that appeal to you most. Yes, some of you, I can see you writing in the chat. I see you. And now we are coming to the practical end, which you will hear more about it in a few minutes. I ask you to join us for 5 immersive Zoom sessions with metaphoric cards. Each will last 3 hours, not 30 minutes, combining creativity, therapeutic insight, and experiential learning. A blend of psychology, storytelling, myth, and therapeutic practice. I will give you very practical ideas for practice, designed to open inner doors and awaken growth. These are the dates. This is the price, and this is how Eglė will explain to you how you can get the tickets.
So, Ofra, thank you very much for your very interesting presentation. It was very interesting for me to see and hear you. And just technical information, if you like, you can scan the QR codes, and you will get the direct access to the Eventbrite page, where you can find all the necessary information about registration and how to buy a ticket and so on, and more detailed descriptions of the 5 upcoming webinars. And so Ofra, maybe you could stop share your screen.
Stop sharing. I will stop sharing. Yes, I remember that I have to stop sharing. Now I stop sharing.
Yeah, just before we finish, so I would like to tell you that actually I have learned from you a lot of different things. Before our today's meeting, I was trying to find out when was our first online workshop, and I guess it was on 21st. And what I have learned from you, I have learned that, for example, there are 2 sides of changes and transformations, and one natural reaction to the changes and transformations is fear and anxiety. And what I learned working with you, I have learned and I have found that there is as well another side of transformations and changes, and there is a curiosity. What is good is waiting for me around the corner. What can I wait? How can I imagine my bright future? And how I can use metaphoric cards. So I have learned from you that there is another side of changes as well. And I am waiting very much for your upcoming workshops. And those who are participating today, I hope that you find your own answers, how metaphoric cards could lead to transformation, and how you can use your hope, your curiosity, and your courage to go on your personal way.